regaining respect. Let's talk about Vladimir Putin specifically. How would Donald Trump get Vladimir Putin to finally respect America?
Well, you know, respect is a funny thing. Some people get it and some people don't. And a lot of times you don't know why. Like, why is Jack Nicklaus able to sink the putt and somebody else can't? You know, why was Babe Ruth able to hit the home run and nobody else could? It's a funny thing how that works. But, you know, I've gained tremendous respect over the years in business, dealing with international people, great leaders. You know, it's just something. And the problem we have, I mean, we have a president who is not respected by other countries and certainly not respected by the leaders of some other countries. And Putin, I guess, would be the leader of the pack. I think China would be right up there, too. Japan would be right up there because of the way they take advantage of us on trade and other things. But I believe that I would probably get along with Putin. I think we might even have a decent relationship. But, you know, if you look at Putin and Obama, they're two people that just don't get along, and it's not good.
Well,
again, when he leaves here and then does what he did, it's sort of incredible. We were blindsided. Our administration was totally blindsided.
We were blindsided, although I think a lot of critics of President Obama probably weren't blindsided. You know, it's interesting. He said the same thing that you're saying, but of course his modus operandi was, hey, we go around the world and we'll tell these people, you're equal to us. We'll bow to their leaders. We'll do the nice thing, sort of, you know, the carrot and forget about the stick. So I'm assuming that to a certain degree you would have to pull out the stick as well.
Oh, you have to. Sometimes you'll have to. You know, when he drew the line in the sand, the great red line, right, and he didn't do it, that's a bad thing. I mean, look, a lot of people say that that was a big mistake. It was a mistake to maybe say you know, I'm not saying he should have done something. I'm saying you don't go and do that and then don't do it, because people see that and they say, whoa, what have we here? But it's been a rough period of time in terms of foreign policy for this country. This last number of years has been, it's been a very, very rough period of time.
Yeah, you know, you're absolutely right about that. Again, that's one area, no matter what you look at, who you ask across the aisle, everyone agrees our foreign policy is an absolute mess. And
well, that's one of the reasons I think Hillary is going to do very badly in the election, because she was, you know, did not do a good job, to put it very nicely, to put it extremely nicely. She did not do a good job as Secretary of State. Kerry might even surpass her because of this horrible deal. The Iran pact is so bad, it's so incompetent, it's so bad in every way.
How would you unwind that if you're elected? How would you unwind that?
I would watch them. Like I've bought over the years. You know, you've talked about some. I've made many deals where I buy bad deals purposely. I buy bad contracts. I'll buy a horrible contract, and then I'll just absolutely be very tough. Okay, I'm going to be nice. I'll be very tough, and I'll make that contract into a good contract. And I would be very, very vigilant on this contract. There's always something in a contract, no matter how bad it is, that you can hang your hat on. And I would police that contract like they would never believe. And if they violated it, they would have problems like they would never believe. And they would know, and they would know that. They don't know that with Obama. They think they pulled the wool over his eyes. Like a thing like the prisoners, they're now negotiating. We have 4 prisoners. They're negotiating for 3,
right,
and they want 19 of their men, and they want many other things, okay? And I'm saying, where do we come from? What are we doing? And why is it not 4? And by the way, why didn't we get them at the beginning of the pact 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when we started negotiating this ridiculous deal? And here we are. They want to now negotiate, but they want 19 people, and we have, you know, they want to give us back 3, not even 4, and we have 4 there. So this is just the way we negotiate. It's just incredible, Charles.
It really is. I get it. I mean, it's after the fact. The deal is done. They get $150 billion, and now we want to retroactively try to do something that should have been at the very top. I mean, it seemed like that was low-hanging fruit, by the way, with all the other things. Nuclear power for 3 soldiers or 3 prisoners. It seems like a no-brainer to me.
Well, and you know, the saddest part is on that, they said why that didn't happen. They didn't want to complicate the deal. Can you imagine that? It's one sentence. We want our prisoners back before we start. Yeah. All you had to do is say, we want our prisoners back before we start. This should have been years ago. Because, you know, did you ever see a deal take so long to make, to start off with? But we lost every single point. This deal's a disaster. But we don't even get, and now they want to use the prisoners for a brand new negotiation. It's unbelievable.